Video editing. Footage. Footage is very important in the fact that you have to know what type of file that you have. There's a myriad of file types in video editing. In fact, you talk to any video editor, their number one complaint is no standardization amongst video, which is fine because it keeps me active with a job. There's no doubt about it. When somebody comes to me and asks me to edit a video, I know that I have a very large task when they hand me their camera. Okay? So we become accustomed to using our own camera just to fight the fact that we don't have to deal with the different types of file types. We get used to one and that's it. So here are three sort of major ones that are floating around there, and there's certainly more. There's an MTS. This is kind of like new to the market in 2011. There's MOV and MPEG-4. There's also AVI. There are MPG, M4V, and I can name about 12 others. But the point here is we have a lot of these to deal with, and you have to know what comes out of your camera. So once you figure out what comes out of your camera and can it be edited, then you're in a safe place. But before we get started with compositions, we also have to know size. So that's why I drug this stuff in here, in the fact that I have to know what my largest variation of video is so I can start my composition in HD. In this case, I have this MTS file. This was put out by a Panasonic HDC TM700. It's a really nice camera, and it can be edited quite neatly in Premiere. But I'm going to be using a program called VLC Player. Okay. Now VLC Player is free. It's on both Mac and PC. It's probably my number one weapon when it comes to playing video. So in this case, VLC Player. When you download it, it kind of looks like this, and the fact that it plays pretty easy. You can even fit it on a thumb drive, so you don't even need to install it on your computer. What I need to do is look at the playlist. Here on my desktop I have a sample footage directory, and I'm going to drag all my sample footage into here. Now what I'm going to do is look at what the file size is as far as dimensions is concerned. Right here, right click on it, media information, and then codec details. Okay, so there's really no codec involved here, and it's not giving me a whole lot of information as far as stats. If I play it,
alright, today we're going to be looking at Arduinos.
you can see that it's a very, very large file. As far as dimensions are concerned, this is very crisp. Okay, so let's see if it has any stats now. You can see the stats are now pulling up, and I can go in here and see my frame size is 1920 by 1080. Okay. So just for entertainment and the fact that we need that number later on, I'm going to write it down. 1920 by 1080. And I'm making this series for the new person getting into video editing, not the senior citizen. So the other senior citizens out there are going, wow, that's pretty common knowledge. But it's not really. You'd be surprised. Here's the same video footage. It's basically an MOV format. Now that doesn't really change too much, but if we look at the information now, it is 1024 by 768. Okay, so what had happened is I took the original and exported it, and this is what happens. It takes and squashes the data. So now it's 1024 by 768, and it used to be 1920 by 1080p. So there I have another size. And lastly, let's see what scene 1 is. Okay. And let's go in here and go to media information. Drop that down. Drop stream 1 down. And this is 1920 by 1080p. Okay, so what I'm going to be doing here is making a composition in the next video, but I need that information first. So this is exploring footage and finding your composition size. Let's go on to the next video.